the group's assembling. We've got a few Land Rovers, quite a few Nissan Patrols, there's some Prados. Land Rovers are definitely popular. Bit dusty with the vehicles in front of me, and there's a truck up there somewhere, but wow, it's quite a big river. This is the Rikaya, I think. This will be a good day, I reckon. Holy heck. It's quite a long way to get to the start where we're going, but no traffic coming. Oh, there's traffic coming, and it's a nice view. It's always dusty in convoy, and I'm only the third vehicle. I'd hate to be near the bag. We're going to get across that. It's looking a bit dicey. That's right, got that. Nice, thank you. Right, let's go. So we leave the windows open? I don't know. Low drive. Yeah, it's nice. Suzuki loves it. Oh god, that would be even good with the video. Someone got it, Sam. That's bloody awesome. I should have finished that myself. There you go. Thanks, Rob. That was an interesting river crossing, that last one. I hope we go back a slightly different route, because that was I just started getting wet.
We need to get pictures of Clutch Rover towing Nathan out, Gordon. So just stay in the river because you've got to get off this bank again at the end.
I'm beginning to wonder why I decided to follow some Land Rovers. They've got a bit more clearance than I do. Cute little hut here. We're just having the lunch break. I thought I'll give you a quick look around it. Uh-huh. Hello. Have a quick nose inside. Oh yeah. It's got all their supplies and that in here. Huh. Does the job.
Looks a bit bumpy on the exit.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at where they were climbing out.
But give yourself plenty of this way because then you can drift down to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine I'll be doing a bit of that.
It's quite good having that blue truck in front of you because that just don't go anywhere that I go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Take the lower exit, Sam.
So what's that?
Take the lower exit.
What do you mean? Further down?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You get stuck, I'll come around and pick you up.
Yeah, okay. Further down, if anything, anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
More.
Yeah, no, you end up on the beach.
Yeah.
Just keep going forward.
Yeah, that's the one.
Stop.
Alright, we're going for it. After seeing how a few of the other vehicles took the crossing, I was actually quite proud of my little Suzuki. Out, we're at the end of the track, so it's just the last few river crossings and then we're out on the road on the other side. The Suzuki did really well. It's taken a little bit of damage underneath, nothing that's not fixable, but it just sort of shows me where the weak points are on it, and it's not really suited for this kind of terrain. It's not as waterproof as one would hope. I sort of discovered that after the safari where it filled up with water. And on one of the longer crossings today, I've managed to fill up with water again. No wonder it feels bad. It is blimmin' deep. Alright, we're going in. Holy heck. Those are a bit deep. I wouldn't even be trying those on my own. The bigger vehicles definitely have the advantage on this kind of a track. Oh. Going around it. I don't know if I should go around it as well or up it. Oh well, we're doing the same line. Alright, this line. Ouch. Alright, the last challenge for the day. Good on you, Suzuki. It's done really flippin' well. We've covered some distance. Am I worried about this one? Maybe. It looks like it's flowing a fair way. A fair bit. I think we've got it, but it's going to be a tricky one. Okay, time to go. Found some rocks under there. Well guys, I did film a bit yesterday, but I didn't really explain or say much. I was out with the 4-wheel drive club down in this area, they're putting on a few days of four-wheel driving as part of the AGM and National Conference for the Four-Wheel Drive Association. So I went out as part of that yesterday, and a little bit of a mishap. I ended up beached on top of a rock almost, and I've done some damage to the transmission crossmember. Everything's working okay. The gear shift is a little bit different. It's sort of not quite right, and the bolts are just bent, and I don't trust it. A decent whack and it'll probably snap the bolts. They're pretty small. So I contacted work while I was up the bush there, sent them a satellite message, said, can you find me a cross member? And by the time I was out in coverage, they had found one, and it's over in Rangiora, which is an hour 20, hour and a half's drive from where I'm staying, which isn't too bad. So instead of being part of the full drive trip today, and it's raining too, I'm going to shoot over there, get the cross member and fit it, and then I should be all good to go again. And yeah, everything should be fixed and I should be able to go out again tomorrow. So I'm just sitting here next to the Rakaia River at the Rakaia Gorge, and it was 55 k's upstream from here where I did the damage. So that was, yeah, the middle of nowhere. If I was on my own, it wouldn't happen because I wouldn't have gone that far. There's just limits to what you can do with one vehicle. If you get stuck, you're just going to be in a world of trouble. So I pick my lines and pick where I go, and I'm just a bit slower and a bit more careful when I'm on my own because I can't afford to make stuff up. But when you're travelling in a convoy, you just have to keep with their pace. You can't stop and play with cameras and take photos and check this and move a rock or look at different lines. It's not as easy. So I don't do a lot of the big club sort of trips like that. And I did make it back out on the tracks, but only just. After I picked up the cross member in Rangiora and tried to fit it, I found that things were a bit more bent than I realised. The mounts, the bolts, it wasn't pretty. So I chucked everything in the back and started making my way back to Methven. The next day, thanks to the help of an absolute legend, we were able to straighten things up enough and reinforce it so that I could continue the trip. And thanks, Lockie, you're an absolute legend. The trip would have been over otherwise. Meandering along, I'm near the back of the convoy, which is going slower, but then that suits me. That way I can take a bit more time in choosing my lines. We're about 10 k's up to where to the hut is. It's about 10 k's up to the hut we're going to. At this pace it'll take a bit more than an hour, but then that will be alright time wise. I'm going to avoid that rock, that's for sure. Yeah, just taking it easy. Suzuki's going well again. It'll get me through and it'll get me home, and it's just not a tough truck. But then I didn't build it for a tough truck, I built it for an Overlander, for a touring sort of vehicle. Solo trips mostly. These are not the kind of trips I do very much of, so it's doing well. It's doing it regardless. I just now know what I need to sort out underneath. Tricky bit that I'll have to be careful on.
Chicago was probably where some Land Rover dragged because it's forced all the way down. Go left one. Go forward. The blue Land Cruiser is number 5. Carry on from there. suggestion. I'm just suggesting that something about pirouetting and ballerina seems to fit the way it's going in the back end here.
This is most of the group here. The rest of us parked down that way, but yeah, this is the Basin's hut.
Underway.
You see, in this stuff I'd expect to belly more, but I'm not. I'm clearing this centre hump. Whereas some of those, like that Jeep, drags its diff occasionally. It's just things, that front cross member's just not strong enough. If I hadn't collected that rock, I would have been alright. Oh well. So the Jeep scraped going over this one. We'll see what we do. Oh yeah, we'll go a bit wider this way. No scraping. Amazing. Just the tow bar. That's it, we're out. And the Suzuki's still in one piece. It's not as happy as it was. She's alright. And she survived. It is Friday afternoon. It is in one piece, a slightly bent piece. That cross member down below, it'll be alright. It'll get me home, but it's something I'm going to have to address pretty soon. Yeah, so we're up near Lake Coleridge, so there's a few geocaches, but we'll go have a poke around and have a bit of a look before I head back, I reckon. So this is the top end of Lake Coleridge. I didn't really do any research before coming out here, but I just had somebody tell me a bit about it. So it's apparently a man-made lake, and there's a power station down the bottom end that it feeds. So there's the Avoca, the Wilberforce, and a couple of other rivers that they divert some of the flow into here. And yeah, goes down the valley and out at the power station. Most of them have headed back to Methven now, so I'm back on my own, which I quite like actually. It is fun hanging around in the groups, but I do like my solo stuff. The Suzuki's holding up. It's a bit it's had a hard few days, but we've got some more adventures ahead of us and it'll be fine.